Now, where there is a hole and has already been acknowledged by the front office, including Krall saying the outfield needs to be better, is the outfield. Your right field spot is where a lot of your power is supposed to come from, and it didn't happen this year. So, how do you fix it? You can trade for somebody, or you can sign these 3 free agents in order. Anthony Santander, Teoscar Hernandez, and Tyler O'Neill. And if you want to get crazy, you know who you could go trade for?
I do know.
Who?
Juan Soto.
Oh, no, you can't go trade for him because he's going to be a free agent next year. Oh. You know who you can go trade for?
No. Brent Rooker? Is that the guy you're trying to?
Nick Castellanos.
Oh, that would be pretty crazy. He's not going to come to Cincinnati.
He wouldn't have a choice.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
He would get traded for with 2 years left on his deal or 1 year left on his deal. I think he's got maybe 1 or 2. But a guy who loved hitting here and liked playing here, and the Phillies are fed up with his malarkey, especially the fan base.
They don't like him anymore?
No, we should. You want me to call Pat? Yeah, they're over him. Even though he had a really good. Is that Rizzo hitting a bomb? No, that's Stan. That was just barely. That was about 5 feet short. No, they're over him because he's so inconsistent. So he was hot all of 2021.
Yeah, he looked great.
He looked great. So why not make that move? But anyway, yeah, we should have signed Juan Soto. We should sign Juan Soto. We should. That's what we should be doing here.
It's that easy. Sign one of the best players ever.
Yeah. Let's go out there, sign him to a 13-year, $543 million deal. And
what's so hard about it?
That's not hard. That's not crazy.
We figured it out.
Yeah, $500 million. Just call him.
I mean, him and Ellie are pretty good friends, aren't they?
Probably. Ellie's a cool guy. I mean, if you're going to spend $500 million, might as well use it on Juan Soto. And, since Cincinnati, big market, we can afford to do that.
Straight on over.
Yeah, our TV deal's fine. We're good. We're flush with cash.
Yeah, it's totally not falling apart.
No, it's not falling apart at the seams. Come on. Okay. What do you think of those guys that I listed?
I really like, and just seeing, just speaking about Teoscar Hernandez doing really well, I think he'd be a great fit. You got some numbers breaking down here. But the 3 names that you threw out, if any of those guys came over, I would be tickled. Tickled
pink, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with the last option. The guy, it's like, oh man, we didn't get those first 2, but we got this guy. We got Tyler O'Neill. Holy cow. This guy hit 31 home runs last year. 15 against right-handed pitching, 16 against left-handed pitching. He does hit better against lefties. This was last season. 313, 430, 750, 1.180 OPS. That's pretty awesome. Do you know whose bat that would be replacing if you had a platoon?
You can put him out there and right. It would definitely take out Fraley or Benson.
Well, they wouldn't play against a lefty anyway. Takes out Stuart Fairchild.
Oh, yeah.
Well, imagine that production. You are increasing your production tenfold. Even though he did have, I think it was most hits with runners in scoring position against left-handed pitching. Some asinine, dumb stat. But that's home runs. That would also be, I think it would translate to 33 home runs if he played his home games at Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, it'd lead the team already.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, that's amazing.
And this is our third option.
Oh my goodness,
bro!
Billy.
Third option. His barrel percentage last year in the 98th percentile, hard hit percentage in the 90th percentile, and bat speed in the 90th percentile. So which means he hits it go far.
Yeah, those are line drives that will translate to home runs.
That is what I'm talking about. Great point. Here's something fun. Against right-handed pitching last year, he had 10 doubles. Against left-handed pitching, 8 doubles. Well. So what you were saying is he hits it, it's either it's a single, a double, or it's a homer.
Gotta love it.
And not so great, though. A real big problem. 33.6% strikeout rate in the 2 percentile. He has a 34.1% whiff rate, which puts him in the 5th percentile in those categories, which is something that is always a red flag when you have someone like Elly De La Cruz in your lineup.
Yeah, we already have some guys that have a big swing and whiff situation going on right now. So, yeah, I would like to see a guy that has a bit more contact, although a lot of these numbers here are extremely impressive. And don't get me wrong, if we put him out in right field, immediate upgrade from the other guys that we normally have play there.
Yep. And especially one, I love the guy to death. I love Jake Fraley. But you are increasing your arm strength tenfold. He's in the 82nd percentile with an average throw of 89.4 miles per hour in right field. That's an arm. Mm-hmm. That's what that position was missing defensively.
Yeah, missing an arm and definitely the bat. But, I mean, more specifically, talking about defense,
right?
It didn't feel like we had a guy that, Benson could throw it pretty good. But
Benson has a hose.
Yeah, but it just seemed like it was always a struggle out in right field.
Yeah, and the big thing is power production. It's a power position. And if you're not getting it, and I mean, look, I love Jake Fraley. He had a lot of contact. His power is starting to come back after having that infection and then just slowly coming back. But do you want to take that next step?
Absolutely.
This is where you start. Also, I wouldn't be mad if they brought him in to be a rotational bench piece. It's a lot that you're paying for a bench piece, and that's something the Yankees would do, not the Reds. So, number 2 on our list, more I'm looking at it, the more I'm making this, I'm thinking 1A, 1B. Okay. 1B is Teoscar Hernandez. Boy, howdy. What a regular season. 272, 340, 501 slug, OPS of 840, 33 homers, 99 ribs. Give me that.
Love it, man. He would be the best offensive producer on the team.
Yeah. Again, another guy taking the cake. And you slide this in with what Spencer Steer did last year, and we thought it was a good year, not a great year from Spence, not a complete year from Spence, and with what Elly did.
Yeah, man, you surround these numbers with, 91 RBIs that Steer had right around there, broke 90s. Elly, going to be shooting to the moon here. Love all the stuff that he's doing, but wrap some other heavy numbers around these guys, and those things will just start to, expand and just get better and bigger.
A full healthy year from TJ Antone, a full healthy year from Matt McLain, and then you throw this bat in where he was in the 94th percentile in barrel percentage with 14.9%, the hard hit percentage of 81 in the 81st percentile with 46.8. Come on.
And he's not a young dude. He's not an old fella either. I mean, was he 31? It's not.
He's 31.
But yeah, he's playing in the playoffs right now, and that's something else that we don't have currently with this, concoction of guys. Is that we don't have that playoff experience.
No, he did it with the Blue Jays. He did it with the Mariners. And now he's doing it with the Dodgers.
He checks multiple boxes for me.
A lot of boxes. Bring him in. Also, arm strength, 70th percentile, 87.5 miles per hour. That is still an improvement in the position in that department, where Jake Fraley since 2022 was the second most ran on right fielder in all of baseball. Sorry, 2023. I apologize. Make that a little shorter. Make it accurate. So you are then increasing where you have a defensive liability, which is another problem that this team had last year.
Yeah, and especially, too, when you saw so many of these numbers play out, how many plays at the plate that we saw were just missed them.
Just, God. But here's the flaw in his game. 34% whiff rate, 28.8% K rate. Puts him in the 10th percentile in K rate, 7th percentile in whiff rate. A lot of swing and miss. You don't like to see that.
You don't. One number I would like to point out, though, 154. That's how many games he played this year. And with what we were talking about mostly of being like one of the bigger issues is the injuries. Give me a guy that can be on the field for 150 plus games. That in itself is a commodity that this team really needs.
Dude, excellent point. Didn't even think about that. Now we're going to look even deeper, dude. 28. So Toronto, 2021, 143 games. 2022, 131 games with Toronto. 2023, Seattle, 160 games. 2024, 154 games. He never played less than, when he was playing full time, he never played less than 125 games.
That's great. That's better than great. That's phenomenal. I mean, if you probably cherry pick a few of those years out there, for what we got going on, it's difficult playing 162 in baseball nowadays. And you look at the bigger pieces that the Reds had that weren't available throughout most of the season. A guy that's durable is a pretty big deal.
That's primo. Sign me up. Sign me up full time. So you can get over those whiff rates and those K rates because, you know what? At least he'll be available.
Yeah, he'll be available, and I trust that the numbers will play out just looking at the track record that he has.
Agreed. Then 1A, Anthony Santander. And I'll start where you just started with Teoscar. 155 games played.
Love it.
154 of them started. He went 235, 308, 506 with an OPS of 814. He had 44 home runs and 102 RBIs.
Great.
He would lead all the stats.
Yeah, he would. RBIs, home runs. He's bringing in. He's one of those guys that, again, when you isolate some things and think, oh, this swing and miss rate, I don't really care for that. Or maybe strikes out too much. Correct. There are those players and those deficiencies that you have that you can work on, but you put a couple other players around them that get on base a lot or also can hit, doubles. These players then start to bring up the team. You start packing on those RBIs, and all these other guys start to, extrapolate these numbers. They just keep building.
Keep building. You know what's really great about this guy that Nick Kroll probably absolutely loves and that Terry Francona is going to love? I was so close to saying David Bell's going to love, and I was like,
it'll take a minute.
No, we got T-Money, dude. You know what T-Money's going to love?
What's that?
Anthony Santander. Switch hitter.
Love it.
Goes right alongside with Jammer Candelario. And Ellie De La Cruz. You can have 3 switch hitters deployed in your lineup.
That's great, man. That works well for like the composition of this team.
Yep.
Athletic and chaos.
And has fucking power. Power. Dude, he had 44 home runs playing in Camden. If he played all of his home games at Great American Ballpark, he would have had 48 homers.
Jeez, man. Think about that on the team that they had last year.
And also think about the lineup he was playing with in Baltimore. All young dudes. All youngins like Gunnar and Adley, Jackson, and whatever travel baseball team white generic dude name played there. Just it looked like the guys who had the trident necklaces that were made with the baseball skin. And there's like, no, I can feel that it's helping.
Yeah, the magnetic bracelets.
Oh,
polo on top of polo.
Dude, that is the Orioles to a T. So, so then you bring him in here with a lot of the guys with some flair. Boy, he's going to have fun. He's going to hit more bombs. And he's going to hit them in a place that is designed for left-handed hitters to succeed. It was built for Griffey. Joey made it his own, and now it's time for Santander to rip holes into the river.
And I don't think that the Reds are going to have necessarily the same aggressive approach they did with base stealing. It's definitely going to be aggressive, but just think about all these additional little things that would happen when the Reds were on base and how teams would approach the hitters. I just think it just increases the amount of fastballs that you get. It increases the amount of pitches within the zone, or at least a competitive pitch. I just think like all these small little subtle things that translate to runs, RBIs, and just getting us these extra wins.
Yep. One other thing to think about too, he turns 30 in like 4 days. So he's just turning 30. 68th percentile in arm strength at 87.1. Still a massive upgrade at the position. Now, why I say this is 1A and Teoscar's 1B. Whiff percentage in the 76th percentile with 20%. K percentage in the 66th percentile with 19.4. This guy hits bombs and is smart at the plate.
Yeah, that's good. That's a combination now that you don't typically see.
No, and when we went through with those other two dudes, man, we're looking and we're like, a lot of selling out to try and get some power. His power comes to him, and it's not as sensual when you look at it. Like the barrel percentage, he's in the 79th percentile, 11.7%. He's a little bit above average in hard hit percentage, the 60th percentile, and 69th percentile. Nice in bat speed at 73.1%. But it's like, I really like those whiff rates. I really like that K rate. And the walk rate, 8.7%, a little bit above average. So it's a guy who hit 41 homers, who doesn't strike out and walks sometimes.
I dig that so much. And I think reflecting back on the size of the ballpark, if you can spray it around and keep a bat going at GABP, a lot of stuff can happen.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at his spray chart, there's some doubles in there.
Of course you have it right there.
Oh, you made me do the editing work, you son of a bitch.
It's right here.
Oh, I thought you did the hand thing.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. There's a few that are like hitting the walls at Camden that you're like, all right, those could be homers. So I'm just excited. I think that I honestly think that they know this is a problem and that they will spend in this area. It just depends on what they're willing to spend.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not my money. It's definitely not your money, right?
Not anymore.
Not your money, not my money. So I'm gonna sign a guy instead of trading for one. Now, I said Nick Castellanos. Now I really got to look at his baseball savant. Because I just threw this in there. This wasn't on the thing. Nick Cass. Okay, pulling up the baseball savant. It is loading.
That's a lot of woo.
That's Ellie's savant illustrator from the entire year. That's every pitch he saw.
That's a colorful looking photo with so many dots.
So many dots. Oh.
How's that whiff?
It's bad. He's in the 16th percentile, 30.1%. Chase percentile, 5th percentile, 37.8. Middle of the road in K rate, 21.1%. 22nd percentile in walk rate at 6.2%. So not great. Arm strength, 32nd percentile. I just really wanted him back.
What percentage does he have of having his kids watch the game?
He's in the 100th percentile.
That's pretty good, man.
It's really good. Liam's the man. Well, Liam's the boy. Nick's the man. There's not a whole lot here that really gets you rolling.
Yeah, man.
A lot of singles, a few doubles, not as many as he's had in the past.
We were high on him when he came over. Was it 2020 he came over?
Yeah, and he had that crazy 2021.
Yeah. It was fun watching him, but I just don't think that swing and miss rate and the whiffs and the selling out are the things that I have an issue with.
So projected home runs, they would have been 24 at Great American Ballpark if he played his home games here. Oh my God. 2023, he would have had 41.
Dang.
Yeah. And then 2021, he had 39 home runs at Great. No way.
I don't think it was that many.
I don't think it was either. I don't think that's accurate. Okay. In 2022, he had 13 home runs. What the hell? What the hell?
Come on, Bobby.
God dang. Yeah, no, that's what it says. Imagine if he would have stayed. Oh, well. Maybe not the best move. Maybe not.
I don't think the Reds made him an offer, too, at the end of 2020.
At the end of the 2021 season when he opted out? He did not get one. That's when they decided they were going to blow it up. Mm-hmm. And they did the right thing.
They did.
They did the right thing. So we can't go back on it. They did the right thing. But yeah, that's my list. Maybe I was wrong about Nick Castellanos, or he comes, hold on. Now, okay. All right. Son of a bitch. Maybe I'm going to talk us into it.
Really?
No, we're not. I'm curious to see how much he has left on his contract. And the Yankees win.
All right.
Nick.
Yankees take that one.
Delanos.
I just think with the amount of swing and miss that he has, and he is pretty inconsistent, and he could lighten up on the reporters just a bit.
He could.
I like the other names. Teoscar Hernandez, I think, is just a fun guy. But I'm getting to watch him play right now, so it's very easy for me to be like, this guy's a gamer.
Guy's a gamer. But I watched him a lot in Seattle, and when we talked about trying to bring him in last year, Jake said, I'm sick and tired of watching him strike out.
Oh, bummer.
I was like, all right, fair enough. But I'm like, he fixed a little bit. And he's like, I couldn't do it. I could, though. Nick Castellanos is a free agent in 2027. He's got $40 million in 2 years left on his deal. Say maybe the Phillies eat some of that money? Half?
They'd have to eat at least half.
Half.
For me to
2 years,
digest
20.
that.
Yeah, then you're giving them, because they don't have a farm system like at all. Their window is closing fast.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, he'll be a free agent when he's 35.
If you can give me someone, we need an outfielder that can get you 100 RBIs, and 30 plus homers, and not shit the bed defensively.
Luis Robert Jr. has potential, but we've talked about his injury history. Trade wise, man, you're really gonna have to dig. What if the Reds did something absolutely fucking heinous and said, Colorado, if you eat most of the money, we'll take Chris Bryant off your hands?
Oh, really?
Dude, what if they did something absolutely heinous like that, though? For real.
If they did some maneuver to where you can guarantee you aren't breaking the bank to get the numbers that you need offensively, I'll take any name. If you can guarantee me they can put up at the end of the year, put in enough games to get the RBIs and offensive numbers, I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
But, I mean, of course, there's guys that I want to avoid the big swing and miss guys. I don't want to have that. Yeah. But we do need to have the guys that are more geared towards hitting the doubles, hitting the home runs.
Eating the dogs.
Eating the dogs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get the power. But Chris Bryant said he's like, dude, I regret signing in Colorado. I wish I would have done more research. Really? Oh, yeah. So he's unhappy. He's been hurt, not questioning his character or anything, but it's all guaranteed. He could waive his no trade.
I mean, if we think that he can still be productive.
There's got that ball player's still in there. And it's not like I'm asking much from, I'm not asking a 37-year-old to be like, well, you
got some more hits left in that bat.
This guy's like, Chris Bryant is, okay, he'll be 33. He'll be in his age 33 season. He signed through his age 36 season. And he's got whatever 27 is times 4 left on his deal. No full trade clause. I mean, they could eat. You're eating most. You're going to eat. That's 53. So he's got $106 million left on that. If you can get the Rockies to eat $53 million of that, I might take that chance. That's a big ask, but
I mean, I don't doubt that it would be a resurgence for him, and at least I feel mentally he would feel a bit rejuvenated coming to a different city, closer to Chicago, where he once played.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just throwing out something.
Oh, I like it. I like that you're throwing some tricky stuff out there.
Yeah, it's me, tricky boy.